Hi, I'm Teresa Fleming. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm 25 years old, and I'm headed to Haiti for my first year of missions. And so to tell you a little bit about how I got here, last year around this time, I've known a family mission company family for a long time, the Martins, Eric and Bridget Martin, and they happened to be in town. I was like, I really want to do a mission trip. And they're like, how about you come down to Family Missions Company in Louisiana and do the internship as well as do a mission trip. So where I was out at in life, I was just graduated a couple years ago from college. I was headed to grad school, and I was like, okay, this works. So I headed down to Louisiana June 1st last year, and I got to Big Woods. And I was like, all these missionaries were all in the same room. It was like community. And I was like, you know, they were praising the Lord, singing songs before meals. And I like got in the car after that night and I called my sister. I'm like, I don't think I can be here for like another second. Like, what did I just sign up for? Like, I should be working at home, and they sing all the time. And I'm not holy enough for this. And whenever it was like the second week, and I've been living with the missionaries for about a week now, and I just like, something in my heart just like all of a sudden like started changing. And I've always, you know, I'm one of 8 kids, and I've always gone to church and Catholic school, but like living beside the missionaries, like there's something so different, and I saw a beauty in this simple life and a joy, like when they were singing praises to the Lord, like there's just something in their faces. I hadn't seen this joy, like a joy like the world lacks so much of. So I really was just like, okay, Lord, like all these people have like given their lives and they've said yes to you. Like, why am I here this summer? And like, what is your will? Like, I know I want grad school. I know I want to be a counselor, but yeah, like what are your plans for me? So I started praying in a different way. I started having prayer time every morning, like really just like asking the Lord, like, what is his will for me? And then I went to Calcutta, India, where I was completely just like, went to the other side of the country, like took 2 days to get there. And there's just so much noise, and there's just like these different smells I've never like experienced before, and just poor. There's just poverty everywhere. And I didn't, just like walking through the slums of Calcutta, and just seeing these scenes and like taking in and just being completely exhausted by it. And then we worked in some of the Mother Teresa homes where I had a chance to work with some of these ladies who were brought in because they were sick from the slums, and just working with them one-on-one. And it was like uncomfortable at first. Like, I don't know them, and like I'm supposed to love them. Like, and I don't know how to speak their language, and just working with them, like it took me a couple days, but just holding their hands. I like, first day I would like hold their hands, and then the second day like I would kiss their hands, and then like, I don't know, like I gave so little of myself, and like they gave me so much more in return. Like they gave me Christ. Like these poor people are like Christ to us. And so I was just like, okay, Lord, like why did you bring me here? And like, why do I have these feelings like when I'm like working with these people? And like all the readings that the missionaries would read would be like how God's plans are so much greater than anything we can imagine. Like all you have to do is say yes. And of course it's hard and you have to sacrifice, but there's so much joy within that, and with that relationship with Christ. And like from that, like you truly like are who you are meant to be. So I came back home and I just was like, wow, like I've been like given so much in my life. I have like a beautiful family that loves me. I've always had everything I needed. Like I've had education. And not only that, like I know the truth that like God is love, and I've experienced this love. And like there's so many people out there who don't know this love. 2/3 of the world do not know this love because they never had the opportunity to be introduced or choose Christ in their life. And just living beside the missionaries all summer, it made it so easy just to say yes to God in this new life. But it was like crazy whenever I was like, okay, like, am I supposed to go to grad school? Am I supposed to be a missionary? Like, why am I here? Like, am I just making a quick decision and I don't really know what I'm doing? And I started just like praying and asking God for guidance. And I read this book that's like supposed to help you discern. And it like was the first thing I read was just like, sometimes God has you going down a path. And it's supposed to be that way, but then all of a sudden he puts something else in your heart. And like without a doubt, the second one is what you're supposed to be doing. And it just like hit home for me. Like I had always desired, desired grad school for the last 6 years. I paid way too much money for like applications and all these things, and like saying yes and like having this in my life, like this joy of like the Lord, like my mission was like born from like knowing that like I was in all these things of my past, that I was like a child of God, and like he was calling me to share that with the world and bring other people. So now I'm headed to Haiti as my first year missions. I'm so excited to see what God has in store there for me. So.